brand new releases.
Yeah.
I mean, like really, like released 2 days ago. I mean, so we're going to talk about these great new releases. So
Yes.
the first thing we're going to do is talk about how did we make this incredible leek soup.
It's great weather for soup. We love soup. It's easy to make. You can do it in advance. You can make large batches of it and refrigerate or freeze some to have for later time. And so if you have particularly a lot of potatoes or a lot of leeks, this is a good recipe for you to use. And it's very versatile. We're making actually our own version. It's leek crab soup.
Absolutely.
So we've changed a few of the ingredients from the norm. And I already have here the broth, which is fish stock that is cooked with sauteed leeks and garlic and the herbs, the bay leaf and the other herbs that we would include in this. But we wanted to show you what a baby leek looks like.
And we're growing our own leeks. They are fantastic. And they smell absolutely gorgeous. We pulled this out of the garden just 5 minutes ago.
Yes.
So they're very, very fresh.
And I think that the great thing about leeks is that it is sort of an onion substitute. It's from the onion family, but it's got a more subtle, garlicky kind of onion characteristic. It's not as bright onion flavored as normal
fantastic.
onions that we would use. And the other thing is if you're doing stocks, like I always keep beef stock, veal stock, fish stock, chicken stock in my freezer. Well, I learned from a French woman to make leek stock, and that became my vegetarian stock, and it's delicious, and I use it for everything, even in substitution for some of the other stocks. And then that too you can put in the freezer and save.
So what's in it?
Okay,
Let's
so
show
we already
off.
know about the leeks and the garlic, and we've got fish stock here and all the herbs, and there's just a few things that are special. I'll say this, we always put in our Vineyard District herbs. Those are things that are grown here in our area.
Right from the garden.
Them, yes, and dry them right here. And so we use those year round in all of our dishes. And we have fresh thyme, and this is actually still growing. It likes the cooler weather. So this is in the soup, but I also love it for garnish to put on the soup when you're serving it at the table. And of course, we have lots of garlic. There's the whole cloves. I've already got some chopped up in here.
Gotta have garlic
Because it's sauteed in the butter, lots of butter with the leeks. And then this is something special for us here that we grow. It's called Cuban oregano, also known as Spanish thyme, but it is a succulent.
It's a succulent, and it grows fantastically, and it's easy to propagate. Once you get it growing, you take about a 4-inch stem and you put it in loose soil, and 3 weeks later, you've got a new Cuban oregano plant.
And the other thing is that it's very potent in flavor. So it tastes and smells like oregano, but it's like oregano times 10.
Yes.
So it takes very little in the seasoning in your dishes.
Here we go.
Okay. And then, so the big components that we would add are the potatoes. And here I left them separate just to show you that we incorporate both the russet potato and the sweet potato. And they're chopped up. I parboil them first before that we put them in the soup. And then we let them simmer in the soup until they're nice and soft. And the last thing we put in is our crab. See?
Fantastic crab.
Freshly harvested crab meat. And as you know, if you buy it in the store, we talked about this on our last video, that it's already pre-cooked most of the time. And so you don't want to cook it a long time. You just want to warm it and get it to the safe temperature.
And then we use only Sicilian sea salt.
Sicilian sea salt.
Absolutely.
Yes,
It tastes so much better than just commercial salts.
So that's how we make our leek soup.
And it's fantastic. It tastes so good, especially on a nice cool day like today. Now, the wines that we're going to talk about are brand new releases, as I said. This is the Sophia Marie Rosé, and it is the 23 version. So it's got a lovely salmon color, very French, would you say?
Very French.
Very French. It has that Grenache kind of look, and smell. I mean, it's just lovely. It's got a lovely aroma, and it went so well. I had to pre-taste. Trust me, I always pre-taste. But it's a lovely wine that goes so well with the soup.
And as you might know, Sophia is our granddaughter. And so when she was born, Paul and Karen named this wine for her, and we've made one every year since then.
And it's got a beautiful handprint from when she was a baby. It is so romantic.
Very sweet.
And the second wine is Mourvedre. And you know, Mourvedre is often kind of almost rosé-like. It doesn't have a lot of depth of flavor. It has kind of a rustic flavor. But this year, this was the 22 vintage. In 22, the Mourvedre was dark and rich. Almost has a kind of an aroma of chocolate. You know, it's really lovely. And it's beautiful wine stand alone, but we wanted to also show you the majority of our Mourvedre goes into our fantastic gold medal winning GSM. We've been doing GSM now for 15 years. And this one, this vintage, the 22 vintage, is very 50% Syrah. And it's lovely. And then a large component, almost 40%, is Mourvedre, and then a hint of Grenache. And it has, incredible color. Great color. And the two of them together, you know, it's just amazing. These two wines go so well with soups and meats of all types. They're fantastic.
I think one of the things about Leeks is that, and this particular style of soup, is that it is very diverse. So you can do many different wines with it. And our whole philosophy, of course, is to make the wine sing. So we taste the wine and then we season the dish, in this case the soup, to complement the wine, that the wine, in the way we like to enjoy it, would be enhanced. And also remember that there are recipes online at thevineyarddistrict.com that include other recipes for Leeks and all the other
and how do you get there? What are we looking at?
You go to www.thevineyarddistrict.com.
And be sure to follow us, because we have all sorts of hints and fabulous recipes and great food and wine pairing suggestions. So on behalf of Meryl and I and the great folks at Messina Hoff making gold medal wine, we'd like to say God bless and enjoy food and wine.
God bless.